রং জমেছে সাদা কালা, সাদা সাদা কালা কালা, রং জমেছে সাদা কালা. It's all about Wilson, right? It's all about Wilson. It's all about Newcastle. Hello and welcome, FPL managers. Welcome to Ghana Football Fantasy. And of course, we are late, but we are back. We are supposed to be doing it on Tuesday, but we missed. Unfortunately, we had bit of a family issues, and that is why we were not able to come. And it was pretty important issue, so we couldn't get away. But it's good to be back on Friday, and of course, the gaming is still tomorrow, so you still have loads of time to actually answer all your questions and all the dilemmas. The injuries are out, which is actually good. Now we do not have to tell you that oh no, let's wait for the injury news, and then we can decide. Ghana Football Fantasy has an injury update. You can watch that. No more bullshitting. Straight away, we can give you loads of updates immediately. So yeah, all good, all good. How are you guys doing? Saif, good to see you, brother. And Pranay, how good to see you, bro.
Bhai. Good to be
Right.
back.
Yeah, good to be back. And we are just missing the obvious character, of course. Two obvious characters. Parvez, who's behind the scene, of course, and his voice is bloody broken. I can tell you he sounds like a dead duck right now. There's a frog currently sitting in Parvez's throat. And every time Parvez says something, as if it's like the frog is trying to squeeze his voice and, imitate his voice, so which is good. But anyway, hope Parvez's voice will recover. And of course, shout out to Ashfaq, who's still absent because of his mother's illness. And our prayers and support and everything that we can do for you on your behalf, Ashfaq. It's always with you, and all the very best, brother. And hope to have you back soon. And I'm sure sooner or later you'll be with us doing the show. And I got, the only thing I'm scared about Ashfaq returning, what's the only thing I'm scared about is that, all this time he's been absent, weeks after weeks after weeks after weeks, pods after pods after pods. It's all piling up, it's all piling up. The day he comes, I'm sure he's probably going to say, Nadim bhai, can you just get off the hosting, and then I'll do the hosting, I'll do the talking, I'll answer, I'll ask the questions, I'll answer, I'll do the hot topics, I'll do the captaincy, I'll do the zonal, I'll do every bloody thing that is there. I'm going to do non-stop 5 hours pod. You guys just can go to sleep. It's okay, I'll take it over from here. And that's going to be horrendous, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think we can do one thing. We can just arrange a one-man show. Let him just
One special show.
say
Ask
whatever he
Ashfaq.
wants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Ask Ashfaq is the good show, and one man show. Yes, of course. Ask Ashfaq. The title of the show will be Ask Ashfaq. Thanks, Pranay, for the title, and brilliant idea, Saif. Ask Ashfaq. Yeah, we are going to organize this one. Ask Ashfaq, and then Ashfaq is going to be all alone, sitting
Again,
down and talk.
then he can get away everything he has to get off his chest. Then we can come back to normality.
Yeah, once he says, like, guys, can you come in because I'm feeling lonely here, and then we can come in. And it's like, okay, Ashfaq is feeling lonely. Let's go in, guys. Yeah, then we can join in. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'll do it. Ashfaq, in case you're watching live, it is something that's definitely happening. If you're not watching live, get ready for the surprise, brother. Get ready for the surprise. Right. Good to see you guys. And of course, let's go straight into the content. We have a couple of hot topics, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching. We have a couple of hot topics, and then we have the captaincy slide and the zonal witness, of course. After that, we are going to go straight into your questions. If you want to send your questions, please do send your questions by 11:15, as you can see on the ticket down there. Have a look. It says 11:15. So send your questions before 11:15, and we will answer all the questions live. Today is Friday. There's no office tomorrow. So we have no paras whatsoever, except Saif is newly married. His wife might be very angry about the fact that he's going around hanging with some guys who talks rubbish about football. They have been married for ages. They have kids, and he being newly married, he's kind of hanging around with these guys. I just don't understand the logic. But anyway, that's the logic of FPL wives rather than the FPL husbands. The FPL husbands, however, think this is something very important. We need to discuss. We need to talk. Our audience matters. Kids can go to sleep. Wife can go to sleep. We'll be happy. Bachelors are here. Welcome to the party. Right. Saif, you want to say something?
No.
No? Are you sure? Okay. If not, then forever hold your peace, brother. Forever hold your peace. Let's go straight into the show. Thank you guys for everyone. And I can see a lot of questions coming. Good. Keep sending them, please, and we will definitely answer. As you know, everyone, this is your Footalochona, the FPL Gono show for Game Week 15. 2 more game weeks to go before the World Cup starts. By the way, we have the World Cup Fantasy coming up. We'll make an announcement very soon. And of course, there is prize money to be won. So if you're interested in playing the World Cup Fantasy, do keep an eye on the Gono Football Fantasy page, and you are able to then participate. We will do shows on during the World Cup, and you can watch the shows, make your team, and of course, join the league, and you have the chance to win a big amount of money within a month. So good luck with that. Right. Okay. So if you haven't, to do all that, you first need to do is follow, like, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you haven't done so, you're missing out. Please do, and invite your friends, please. And of course, all the stats that you see on the show are part of the Fantasy Football Scout members area. And as you know, Gono Football Fantasy is part of the Fantasy Football Scout network. If you're interested in the members membership, please do count us in or do get in touch with us. We'll give you a link which will help you to get a discount price of 15%. So please do that. By the way, Fantasy Football Scout just announced that they are also bringing the World Cup data, which is great. So the World Cup Fantasy is already live from today, as far as I heard. The World Cup Fantasy is live already. So if you want to select your team, go ahead. And if you want to use the data, you can watch Gono Football Fantasy, but you can also go and buy the membership for the World Cup, and that will be all. But yeah, do check it out. It's a very cool website. It's a very great place to find for what do you call it, FPL managers. Please do check it out. Right. All right, let's go to the next one, and that is Game Week 15 and 16 fixture crush. Pranay, over to you for this one.
Thank you, Nadeem. So বেসিক্যালি মিডউইকে একটা গেম আছে কাপ ম্যাচ। তো এটার কারণে হচ্ছে গিয়ে কনজেস্টেড এবং লাস্ট ইউসিএল এ যারা হচ্ছে গিয়ে খেলেছে তাদের জন্য আরো বেশি হেক্টিক। তো এই দুই গেম উইকের মাঝে মোট 4টা ম্যাচ করে পাচ্ছে আর কি। তো সবগুলি ফিকচারে হয়তো যাবো না, আমরা হচ্ছে গিয়ে ম্যান সিটি যদি দেখি, ম্যান সিটি অলরেডি সিভির সাথে খেলেছে, নেক্সট গেম উইকে ফুলহ্যাম, দেন চেলসির সাথে খেলা আছে, এন্ড দেন আবার ব্রেন্টফোর্ড। সো অবভিয়াসলি পেপের রুলেট হয়তো আবার স্ট্রাইক করবে, এন্ড দেন অবশ্যই এর পরের গেম উইক থেকেই মানে 16 গেম উইকের পর থেকেই যেহেতু ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ, সো কশাসলি অনেক প্লেয়ারকে খেলবে যাদের হচ্ছে গিয়ে প্রসপেক্ট আছে, ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপের টিমে অলরেডি অ্যানাউন্স হয়েছে। সো অনেক কশাসলি খেলবে, তাদের টিমে হচ্ছে গিয়ে টাইমও ম্যানেজ হবে। তো ম্যান সিটির অ্যাসেট যাদের হচ্ছে গিয়ে ভুরি আছে, অ্যাটলিস্ট 3টা বা 2টা, তারা একটু হচ্ছে গিয়ে ভালোভাবে দেখে নেবেন যে কোন প্লেয়ার আসলে কতটুকু টাইম পাচ্ছে। এন্ড দেন লিভারপুলেরও 4টা ম্যাচ, সো মাঝখানে মিড উইকে হচ্ছে গিয়ে ডার্বির সাথে ম্যাচ আছে, এন্ড দেন টটেনহাম এন্ড সাউথহ্যাম্পটন। সো টটেনহামের ম্যাচটা কম্পারেটিভলি একটু ট্রিকি, এন্ড দেন এই ম্যাচের উপরে অনেক কিছুই হচ্ছে গিয়ে নির্ভর করবে। সো ওইখানেও রোটেশনের চান্সেস আছে, বাট লিভারপুলের টিমে প্রচুর ইনজুরি, এন্ড দেন টটেনহামের টিমেও অবভিয়াসলি একই ধরনের ইনজুরি আছে। তো এই জায়গাটায় হয়তো কিছু প্লেয়ার হচ্ছে গিয়ে ফিক্স থাকবে, এন্ড দেন ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপের প্রেশারটাও নাই ওরকম। এন্ড দেন চেলসিরও একই ধরনের ফিকচার। সো আর্সেনালের পরে ম্যান সিটির সাথে খেলা, তো ওইখানেও অবভিয়াসলি প্রচুর পরিমাণে রোটেশন হওয়ার চান্সেস আছে, বেস্ট প্লেয়ারদেরকে হয়তো কাপের জন্য সেভ করতে পারে। এন্ড আর্সেনালের খেলা হবে চেলসির সাথে নেক্সট ম্যাচ, সো ডার্বি ম্যাচ, এখানে যথেষ্ট ইম্পর্টেন্স থাকবে। এন্ড দেন ম্যানচেস্টার ইউনাইটেডের অ্যাস্টন ভিলার সাথে ডাবল ফিকচার আছে, কাপ এবং হচ্ছে গিয়ে প্রিমিয়ার লিগে। সো এখানে কিছুটা ইজিয়ার সিলেকশন থাকবে। এন্ড দেন ওয়েস্ট হ্যামের যদি আমি বলি, ওয়েস্ট হ্যামও হচ্ছে গিয়ে প্রিটি মাচ সেম। তো ওয়েস্ট হ্যামের যেহেতু 2টা ম্যাচ হচ্ছে গিয়ে ইজিয়ার, তারা হয়তো কনসেন্ট্রেশনটা বেশি হচ্ছে গিয়ে পিএল এর দিকে থাকবে। তো এই হচ্ছে গিয়ে ফিকচারের অবস্থা। তো যাদের হচ্ছে গিয়ে বড় টিম আছে, বড় টিমের অ্যাসেট আছে, চেলসি, আর্সেনাল, ম্যান সিটি, লিভারপুল, তাদের একটু কশাসলি খেলতে হবে, কেননা অনেকগুলো ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচ আছে এই 2 গেম উইকের মাঝখানে। থ্যাংক ইউ নাদিম।
Thanks, Pranay. Thanks. I think that's that. Let's go. I think this is pretty clear and obvious. So thanks, Pranay, and you made it very structured, and It was pretty awesome, to be honest. Thanks for that. Okay, let's go to the hot topics, and these are the hot topics, audience, for today, and we are going to discuss this. But first, let's talk about, because it's only a 2 game week we are talking about now, and of course, then the World Cup starts, and we all go into the World Cup. And after during the World Cup, of course, you get unlimited transfer, which is another wild card. So yeah, let's focus on the 2 fixtures. So yeah, best fixtures to target, and I'll ask Saif to take it over. Saif, over to you, and I'll just bring up the slides.
Thank you, Nadim bhai. As we have been saying over the last week, that this is now FPL have now become a game up to game week 16. So we have only 2 game weeks to go. Then we reset and refocus and re-strategize. So we need to only focus on these 2 game weeks, and let's see who have the best fixtures for these 2 game weeks. Everton comes out on top here. They have Leicester and Bournemouth. I think from attacking perspective, these 2 are very good fixtures. But Leicester have tightened up lately. So, and also Everton is pretty inconsistent in terms of their attacking play. They are defensively they are doing quite well, but I would not want to pick anyone from Everton's defense, Everton's attack as of yet. But Pickford or any other defender can be a very good pick. Man City, I think Man City fixtures doesn't matter. We should have 3 Man City players, and also their fixtures are brilliant. They have Fulham and Brentford both at home, I think. So if Haaland is not fit, KDB can be a very good punt for the 2 coming game weeks. Bournemouth have Leeds and Everton, so a Bournemouth attacking punt might be on the play here, like Solanke or Kefir Moore, who scored 2 goals in the last game week. But for me, the fixture that stand out most is for Man United and Brighton. These 2 teams have been in good form. They are playing good attacking wise, and they have they have 2 very good fixtures. Brighton plays Wolves and Aston Villa, and Man United plays Aston Villa and then Fulham. So I think we can target some attackers from Brighton and Man United. Also, a defense from Man United can be good here. From Brighton, the obvious pick is Trossard, and if you want to go for a defender, you can also go for someone like Dunk or someone like Sanchez as a goalkeeper. But I think punt should be on the attack, because that's where the ceiling is high. So I would like to go for someone like Trossard, or even someone like Ross, who is back in the team and who's playing well. But Trossard should be the obvious pick. And for Man United, we have been mentioning Rashford over the last few weeks, and I have said that he just needs that 1 goal, and he got that goal. And I think he would go on a bit of a streak now. He'd get that confidence burst. So I think he should be full of confidence now that he has got that goal. So he should be a very good pick for the next 2 game weeks. Nottingham Forest have some good-looking fixtures, but I would not go for any Nottingham Forest pick. West Ham has been playing really well. They played really well against Man United, but only De Gea masterclass kept them from scoring against Man United. So West Ham can be a very good option. Also, they were already through before their last European game, and they were able to raise their key players like Cresswell, Skamaka, and Bowen for the last match. So they should be really fresh. So one of the 3 can be a good option for the next 2 game weeks. Crystal Palace, we have been mentioning for a while. They have been having a very good fixture list for a while, and they finish up against West Ham and Nottingham Forest. So Zaha, for those who have Zaha, you should keep him. Leicester has good fixtures now, so if you have Madison, you should keep him. Aston Villa, I don't think the fixtures is very good, even though they come up in the top 10. They are facing Man United and Brighton, and also without a manager, I don't know which side of Aston Villa will come up. They defeated Brighton 4-0, I think, but they then went on to lose 3-0. So we don't need to. I don't think any punt should be there from Aston Villa. And the bottom 10 are the fixtures that you should avoid. Fulham has the worst fixtures, so if you have Mitrovic, now is the time to sell for me, I think. And we can punt on someone like Wilson or someone like Skamaka or any other attacker. Even if you can stretch the fund, you can punt on Darwin. So I don't think we should concern about the bottom 10 fixtures. Just we should target the top 10, and let's take some punts for them, because we only have 2 game weeks to play. So punts are fun. So even if they fail, we will have the wildcard to reset our team and re-strategize.
It's all out. It's all about love. Give me some love. Come on. Okay, Pranay. Who's the best replacement for Tony and Mitrovic? Because Tony is injured, and as Saif said already, Fulham has a worse fixture. And of course, he made some reference of Mitrovic replacement. Would you agree with those replacement, or do you have new to suggest? And who do you think are also good options for Tony? So over to you, Pranay.
I think there are so many players for replacing Tony and Mitrovic. So Colomunson is one. I think most of the players already have him because of his brilliant run and points. And then there is Dominic Solanke as well. So Saif already mentioned why Dominic Solanke is now favorite, because the next two game weeks are very comparatively easy, Leeds and Everton. But Everton is having some good run of defensive showdown, so you should be also be aware of that. And then আমার মনে হয় যে ডমিনিক কালভার্ট লুইন যদিও এখন পর্যন্ত প্রমিসিং না, বাট এভারটনের যেহেতু পিকচার বেটার বেটার যাচ্ছে রান, সো ওইখান থেকে হচ্ছে ডমিনিক কালভার্ট লুইনকেও হয়তো একটা পান্ট নিয়ে দেখা যেতে পারে। অ্যান্ড দেন গ্যাব্রিয়েল জেসাস, এই কয়েকটা অপশন আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে যে এখন পর্যন্ত বেটার সেফ অপশন। বাট ফিকচার গুলি একটু দেখতে হবে, কারণ অলরেডি আমরা টপ 10 যে ফিকচার গুলি দেখলাম সেইখানে হচ্ছে গিয়ে দেখছি যে আর্সেনাল এন্ড চেলসি এই দুইটা টিম থেকে হচ্ছে গিয়ে আমরা যাতে একটু কশাসলি পিক করি, কেননা দুইটা ফিকচার বাকি, দুইটা ফিকচার একটু টাফ হবে। এন্ড দেন বর্নমাউথের ফিকচার ভালো, অ্যাস্টন ভিলার ফিকচার একটু ট্রিকি, সো এই টিমগুলি একটু মানে দেখে নেওয়া ভালো। খুব বেশি এক্সপেরিমেন্ট না করে বেটার হবে হচ্ছে গিয়ে লাস্ট রান অফ পিকচারে আসলে যারা ভালো খেলছে তাদের উপর থেকে পিক করা। সো হাল্যান্ড যদি ফিট না থাকে দেন হয়তো আরো একটু বেশি টেনশনের কারণ হবে, কেননা হাল্যান্ড অবভিয়াসলি অলমোস্ট এভরি এফপিএল ম্যানেজারের টিমে আছে। এন্ড দেন জিজাস অথবা উইলসন, এরা হচ্ছে গিয়ে বেস্ট হচ্ছে গিয়ে এখন পর্যন্ত রান দিচ্ছে। তো এর বাইরে আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে বর্নমাউথের সোলাঙ্কিকে টার্গেট করা যেতে পারে একটা অবভিয়াস পিক হিসেবে। আর এর বাইরে হচ্ছে গিয়ে পান্ট হিসেবে কালভার্ট লুইনকে হচ্ছে গিয়ে ট্রাই করা যেতে পারে।
Okay, everybody is talking about Shada, Shada, Kala, Kala. Everybody's talking about. I mean, I just don't understand. I don't have the budget to go to Shada Kala, to be honest. So I'm a bit worried now.
That's
So
why you
yeah,
don't understand.
no, I
You don't have the
understand.
budget.
I don't have the budget. No, I don't have the budget to go for Shada Kala. No.
So who
Yeah, I
do you
don't
have in your midfield and defenses?
Yeah, my midfield is completely packed, and I'm not changing my midfield anymore. I'm done. There was only one midfield I was targeting, and he got injured last game, so I'm not going there. And yeah, others I'm keeping. So I'm not the only striker position that I was thinking of changing from Greenwood, and from Greenwood to move to Shadakala. I swear, I think it's a mountain climb. I don't have the gears for it, so I don't know. I'm thinking something else now.
Solanke, Kamaka, and Eduardo.
Let me
Anyone
think.
from-
Let me think. Yeah, Skamaka is one in my radar, but I'm not sure if it is worth the -4. That's the thing. That's another. Anyway, let's stick to Shada and Kala. Yeah, Shada, Kala, Kala. Let's stick to that. So who or what would be the ideal triple up from Newcastle United? Over to you, Saif, for that one.
I think most of us have already have two players from Newcastle for a while now. Mostly, I think it was Pope and Trippier. And now, I think the ideal triple up should be focusing more on the attack, because Pope has not been coming up with more than 6 points. He has become the Robert Sanchez of this season, because he is not having any save points. All the defenders are blocking all the shots, and they're playing so well that they don't even concede that many shots, that he rarely gets more than 2 save points in a game, even though they keep a clean sheet. Even against Man United, they kept a clean sheet, but Pope didn't get any save points, I think. So for me, the ideal triple up should be, first and foremost, there should be Trippier should be in your team, because he is the BPS magnet, and he keeps delivering the key passes and keeps delivering the potential assists. So he should be there. He should be the number one. Then I think the two others should be Wilson and Trippier. Almiron. So Trippier, Almiron, and Wilson should be the ideal triple up for Newcastle. But the problem is most of us have Pope, so it's not really ideal to just have a goalkeeper transfer, or also we only have 2 FTs or at most 3 FTs before the wildcard. So I think we can have Pope, Trippier, and one of Wilson and Almiron. Then in the wildcard, we can take the ideal triple of that Almiron, Wilson, and Trippier. Before that, I would not suggest just transferring out Pope for the sake of it. He has been delivering points, but he's not delivering points to the standard of Wilson and Almiron. But a goalkeeper transfer is not needed necessary when we have only 2 to 3 transfers left.
Okay, I have a question for you, and this is based on my own dilemma, and I'm sure a lot of managers are having the similar sort of dilemma. I have Pope, I have Trippier, and I did that way back in game week 8 when I played my wildcard. Okay, now the thing is, if I have Pope and I have Trippier, I'm not going to kick out Trippier, no way, because Trippier was since game week 1, I have him. But Pope is somebody, if I cannot replace, then I have only one space for the third slot. So for the third slot, who would you prefer? If I have the budget, for example, would you prefer Wilson or would you prefer Almiron? Who would be a better option for the third slot?
If you have the budget, I think Wilson is the better pick because forwards were now a bit short of forward options. Tony is suspended. Jesus is one booking away from suspension. Mitrovic have tough fixtures. DCL and Skamaka have the fixtures, but they have not shown that much promise. I prefer Skamaka over DCL anyway. So we are short on forward options. So ideally, Wilson should be the pick if you have the budget.
Okay, and I think that's a dilemma a lot of managers are facing. So let's stick to that.
Yeah,
We'll come
I
back to
also
it.
have Pope and Trippier. So
Yeah, that's the
that's
problem.
why I said
and-
that most of us already have these two players, but
yeah,
so I think we should just get the next 2 game weeks over with. Then we can bring in all 3: Almiron, Trippier, and Wilson.
okay. So if somebody doesn't have the budget, then go for Almiron. If you have the
Yeah,
budget,
I think
you
we
have
should
to
go
choose
for Almiron
one.
because
Yeah.
I was just having this thought that Wilson and Almiron has now become something like the Vardy and Mahrez of 15-16 seasons. So if Wilson can stay fit, I think they will keep delivering the points because Newcastle are not a bad team; they are a very good team. So I think they have a definite chance of getting top 4. So they will keep on delivering the goods, I think.
But for now, looking forward to the next 2 game weeks, I wouldn't suggest anybody going and taking a -4 to do all this.
Yeah.
I would suggest you just stick to Pope and Trippier, and if you have the budget for the third slot, then go with Wilson. If you don't have the budget, then go with Almiron. That's the simple solution that we have for you. Yeah. Okay. So keep yourself Foden. Now this man has been nai deshe bhalobasha nai. Swear on God. He was the cruelest man alive, and Pep can be as cruel. I think Pep is part of the FPL Twitter community. The moment he sees that Foden is getting hyped, he has decided to bench him, and I don't know. I have few understanding, but anyway, I'll share that later on. But first, over to you, Pranay, for that. Keep yourself Foden.
ওকে, সো আমার মনে হয় যে সবচেয়ে বেস্ট ফোডেনকে সেল করে দেওয়া। ফোডেন টিমে থাকাতে সবচেয়ে মানে কি বলবো, সবচেয়ে ক্ষতির কারণ হচ্ছে গিয়ে আমার, কারণ ফোডেন হচ্ছে গিয়ে যখন ভালো খেলতেছিল তখন ওকে নিয়ে আসলাম, এন্ড দেন তারপর থেকে নাই তো নাই। তো বেসিক্যালি আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে যে গ্রিলিশকে হচ্ছে গিয়ে প্রায়োরিটাইজ করা হচ্ছে একটু, এন্ড দেন গ্রিলিশের কারণে হচ্ছে গিয়ে আমার মনে হয় টিমে ফোডেনের স্পেস কমে গেছে, এন্ড দেন গ্রিলিশ এন্ড মাহরেজ আর ডি ব্রুইন এই 3 জন হচ্ছে গিয়ে টিমে বেশি চান্স পাচ্ছে অ্যাটলিস্ট লাস্ট 3টা গেম উইকে, এন্ড দেন ইভেন চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগেও। ফোডেন যদিও চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগে খেলেছে, বাট আমার মনে হয় যে এখানে খুব বেশি টাইম পাবে, অ্যাটলিস্ট 30 মিনিটস আমার মনে হয় যে টাইম পেতে পারে, এর থেকে বেশি টাইম মনে হয় না পাবে। সো সবচেয়ে বেস্ট হবে হচ্ছে কি ফোডেনকে রিপ্লেস করে যদি ফান্ড থাকে দেন ডি ব্রুইনকে নেওয়া, সেফার অপশন, এন্ড দেন হচ্ছে গিয়ে পয়েন্টস হচ্ছে গিয়ে বেশি পাবে। আর যদি হালান্ড না খেলে দেন ডি ব্রুইনের আপিল আরো বেড়ে যাবে, আসলে ক্যাপ্টেন আপিলিং হবে, এন্ড দেন হয়তো নেক্সট গেম উইকে অনেক বেশি হচ্ছে গিয়ে ক্যাপ্টেনের পার্সেন্টেজও ওর বেশি থাকবে। তো সেফ থাকার জন্য আসলে ডি ব্রুইন ইজ বেটার দেন ফোডেন। আর পান্টের জন্য যদি কেউ নিতে চায় তাহলে আমার মনে হয় যে মাহারেজ আর হচ্ছে গিয়ে গ্রিলিশের মধ্যে যে কোনো একজনকে ট্রাই করতে পারে।
What on earth would somebody go and punt on Grealish and Mahrez? What have they shown us?
At least they will get some minutes.
By
They will only
Ami
get
at least
3 points, 2 points.
Three
okay,
points. 3 points.
okay. Guys, listen to this one. Listen to this one. যাই হোক না হোক, red arrow হোক, green arrow হোক, every week we come here and show our face, Like sometimes, at least even if we don't show our face, we hide behind the screen like this, like how Pranay is hiding right now. And then at least we say something, But Mahrez and Grealish is like, কোনো একদিন অতিথি এসেছিল, ঠিক আছে?
কোনো একদিন হ্যাট্রিক করবে।
কোনো একদিন এক অতিথি এসেছিল।
ওকে, জোকস
আসলে
অ্যাপার্ট, আমার মনে হয় যে ম্যানচেস্টার সিটি শুধু না, ম্যানচেস্টার সিটির বাইরেও আসলে অনেকগুলি রিপ্লেসমেন্ট আছে ফোর্ডেনের। আমি আসলে ফোর্ডেনকে নিয়ে খুবই পিসড অফ। মানে খুবই প্রমিসিং ছিল, দেন যখন থেকে টিমে ইন করছে দেন নাই তো নাই, ইভেন টিম শিটেও থাকে না। এটাই হচ্ছে সবচেয়ে বাজে বাজে ব্যাপার। তা আমার মনে হয় যে এর থেকে বেটার বোয়েন, ট্রসার্ড, সাকা, রাশফোর্ড, আলমিরন যে কেউ, বাট ফোর্ডেন না, নট ফোর্ডেন।
It's okay, Pranay. Don't feel sad. Don't feel sad. It's okay. I think we all understand your pain because we all have Foden, so it's okay. We understand. Saif, anything to?
Just when we thought that Foden is now permanent fixture in the Man City team and he has now hit the Pep roulette, then Pep, I think, as you said, I think Pep has a Twitter account. Just when he saw that everyone is talking about Foden and just he is now pretty rotation proof, he decided to bring on the roulette. So even in the last press conference, he was asked about Foden. He gave a reply like, "I have many players. I have to play all of them." KDB was benched, Mahrez was benched, Grealish was benched, so Foden will be benched. This has been like that, and this will keep going on like that. That was what his reply was. So
yeah,
I think now that people are selling Foden, I think he might start the next game week because that's the Pep way. So I don't know, but the thing is they have the early fixture. We don't have any early fixtures, so 4 or 5 fixtures are starting at the same time. So we might get some early news. So let's wait till then.
Okay, so here is the funny part of it, yeah. This whole Foden saga. Here is the funny part, and somebody rightly called it early this month, last month. Sorry. Okay, so when Foden became an option, and at the same time Mount became an option, you remember that Mount, 2 goals and assist and all the good performance, and then Foden was constantly banging and he was scoring. And Foden and Mount suddenly became the 8 million category midfielder options, and Saka was slightly emerging. ঠিক এই সময় একদিন রাতের বেলা when I was talking to Parvez, and Parvez was like, people are going for Mount and Foden. I remember, and then he spoke about his last seasons at the same time, game week 12-13, he picked Mount and Foden at the same time. And then just when he picked Mount and Foden, both of them were either not playing or were not performing. And just the moment I think he kept them waiting. He kept them till game week 18. And then he decided, like, enough is enough. I am going to now kick them out, no more. And he kicked them out. And then Mount and Foden came back again and started scoring again. So when this same situation happened, when Mount and Foden became an option, Parvez was like, ये तो गलत इशारा दे दिया. He was like, না এটা খুব খারাপ লক্ষণ. মাউন্ট এন্ড ফোর্ডেন একটা টিমের মধ্যে থাকা মানে এলো খুবই খারাপ লক্ষণ. আই এম শিওর কিছু না কিছু একটা হবে, দেখিস তুই. I was like, না তুই এগুলো হলো বায়াসনেস, ঠিক আছে? না আমার স্ট্রংলি মনে হচ্ছে মাউন্ট এন্ড ফোর্ডেন became an option, same time, same season. Seriously, না এটা নাদিম, this is not good. So he was careful not to have Mount and Foden together. So he kicked out Mount and took Foden. Still that curse struck him again. So yeah, interesting nonetheless. Okay, who are the best next to week's punts? Saif, over to you.
For me, it's Rashford and Trossard. Wilson is the obvious pick, so I'm not mentioning Wilson because everyone is bringing in Wilson. But for me, Rashford and Trossard are the two exciting picks for me because I think Rashford will deliver now that he's got his goal, and Trossard I think has shown enough in this new Brighton team under De Zerbi. And Brighton I think focuses much more on attack than defense under De Zerbi. Under Graham Potter it was much more balanced, but I think they are now keen to attack and attack and attack. They also still also got a goal against Man City. So for me, Trossard and Rashford.
Okay, so have a look at this zonal weakness. If we assume Rashford plays from center, then that would be Manchester United is playing against Aston Villa, who have considered 13 chances from the center and they are ranked 12. But if you consider Rashford playing because Sancho is injured, and by the way, you will see some names here because this slide was updated long time back before the injury got updated. So that's why you see some names that are already injured. So we are not going to read their names, but we are going to probably just update it. So if you look at it, Rashford playing from the center, of course, I already said that, but most likely because Sancho is also injured and there is no update available according to Ten Hag. So let's assume that Rashford might move to the left. And if he moves to the left and plays, so there Aston Villa has conceded 14 chances and is ranked 8th. Now, this is where I have an option for a punt. And it is Alejandro Garnacho. I think that's one. Look at that smile from Saif. My God. My goodness me. My goodness me. Okay, Saif, tell me about your smile, please. Tell me.
He will not start. He will never
He will
start
not
in the
start.
league. I don't think he will start.
Okay. No, I have a strong feeling that he might start. I have a strong feeling and I have reasons behind it. I'll tell you why. Because Sancho is injured, Bruno Fernandes is suspended, Martial is injured, and also I think there is another player who's injured in the front three. Yeah. So because we are shortage and because the Garnacho has been playing so well, I think he might just get this quick 2 run of games to be able. But if he gets it, it's a very good option. I'm not saying he won't, but I'm not saying overtly confident. I just have a feeling he's going to get start and he's going to perform really well. He's going to give Sancho a run for his money, I think. And I think that's something to watch out. So very soon he might just become an option. But yeah, if I had no other transfers to make, I would have taken a punt on this one, Alejandro Garnacho. I would have really
I wanted
taken
to add another player. I forgot about him. So Bamford can be a very good option. It sets up good fixtures, and I think Bamford can be a good option to replace Tony, or he can be a good option as a two-game punt because he is getting the chances. I think he is the biggest XG underachiever. So as he's shown previously, he can finish. So I think he might be a very good punt. Yeah, this season he can't, but earlier in the previous seasons he showed that he can finish.
Yeah, no. I know. Previous seasons I'm not talking about. I'm talking about this season. I mean, when you said he can finish, so I was like, he can. Anyway, just jokes aside. Sorry. Did you mention about Wilson as well, Saif?
Yeah.
Okay. So if Wilson is, by the way, declared fit. For those of you who don't know, Wilson is declared fit, and that's why I was singing Shada Shada Kala Kala, and I don't have the money to go for Shada and Kala. But anyway, as you can see,
That's a very good name.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
You can't.
Yeah, make it. Yeah, make a meme out of me again and post it on FPL Community Bangladesh. Tag along with Jahangir, please. Both of you can collaborate. I think that would be a good thing. Coming back, Southampton, as you can see, is playing Newcastle, and we can see that Southampton have actually considered 17 chances from the center and is ranked 3rd. So there is a high possibility of Wilson banging again. And of course, there is this Joe Linton, which I have.
He is not going to play.
Yeah, I have doubts. So yeah, but I don't know who's going to play from this side. Probably Murphy, maybe, but I'm not sure. But anyway, don't go into that option. I think focus on Wilson. But a lot of people are also moving for Almiron and Trippier. and some people have already have Almiron. And so down that side, you can see Southampton have considered 14 chances and are ranked 7th. So that's another thing that you need to consider as well. Yeah. Okay. So I think those are, who was the last punt, by the way? Saif. Then I can read his stats as well.
Trossard.
Trossard. Okay. Okay, so Trossard plays, Brighton plays Wolves, by the way. And as you can see on the second last row, Wolves play Brighton. And of course, Wolves have considered 9 chances from the right flank, where Trossard is ranked 15. So I'm not very sure whether this is going to be a good option. But again, if Trossard moves centrally, which he does, there again, Wolves have actually considered 9 chances and are ranked 16. Now, Wolves are not really performing well, but Wolves cannot be considered as leaky. They're just conceding 1 goal, and that's it. After that, it's all fine. It's like Akjun Mehman won.
They considered 4 against Leicester.
Yeah, but that's one once in a blue moon it happens. You know, sometimes.
Thing is, their defensive stats are good, but they have been considering the goals. So
yeah, that's the thing.
They are considering very few chances, but whatever chances they are giving out, they are considering goals. That's the problem.
Yeah, so I
think that's a confidence issue for them, I think.
So I have an analogy for Wolves. Wolves is that kind of person who's like cooks very little, and then he invites only 1 person at a time. Like একজন আসবেন ভাই শুধু দাওয়াত খাইতে, আপনি আজকে আসেন, আপনাকে আজকে দাওয়াত খাওয়াই দেয়, and then he cooks little bit, and then he feeds that little bit to that 1 person and he leaves him, and then next day he invites another person, again he cooks little and then again invites that person. So I think that's basically Wolves. Yeah, very কিপটা, অল্প অল্প রান্না করে অল্প অল্প খাওয়ায়, and that's what the stat says that, you know, they're defensively they're solid stats, but again they're considering 1 goal. So I'm not really sure about Trossard about it, but anyway, at least Zonal says differently about Trossard. Maybe next game week Trossard would be an option, but I don't know about that. Next game week Zonal, but this game week Zonal, Trossard is not really high out in the rank. Yeah, so I would be suggesting that you be very cautious about it. Okay, all right. So let's go.
I want to ask one thing.
Go on.
Which is the worst team in here? I think Bournemouth. We can say number 1 defensive wise. Number 1 is there. Number 2, which is the number 2 worst team here, according to Zonal weakness. Which
Number
team has been
2 worst
considering the? Okay, no, Nottingham Forest, I think.
No, it's Everton. It's Everton.
Everton and Nottingham Forest are the next 2, I think.
Yeah. Everton and Nottingham Forest are worse.
Leeds can be very good option. Very good fun. Leeds, Madison can be good option here.
Yeah, and are you suggesting Bamford again?
Bamford is always. I have mentioned Bamford is done. So Madison. I have been Leeds. No, sorry, I said Leeds instead of Leicester. So Leicester can be a very good option here because Leicester is facing Everton. So Madison can be a good option.
Yeah, and it is. Madison is a very good option. So is Harvey Barnes. He's been scoring for the last few weeks. As you can see, Everton has actually considered from the left flank 18 chances and are ranked 2nd, where Madison will be playing. Whereas on the right flank, they have considered 25 chances and still ranked 2nd, where Harvey Barnes is playing. So I think if you look at Everton's right side, that is where they're most vulnerable, rather than Madison.
Yeah, Michael Link plays to the left, and there Coleman has been starting on the right.
Yeah, and Patterson is back, so that's another thing. Yeah,
that might change things.
Yeah, it is. All right. Okay. So I think enough of the zonal weakness discussion. If there is more questions that comes in, then we can go into that one then. Yeah. So let's move to the next topic, which is of course my favorite topic, the one and only topic. I love to discuss about this topic. I am an expert on this topic. There is no one other than me who kind of discusses this topic so well. So yeah, that's this. I think audience have guessed it. Best captains. So what about my favorite player as a captaincy option?
Haaland. It's all about Haaland.
Yeah, go on. It's not just one line. Go on. If you want to go on a rant, go on. Go on, Pranay.
No, it's enough. We already have the video.
Okay. All right.
to run it
So,
through.
Pranay, over to you for the captain's opponent team defensive stats. Please do keep in mind that what you might call it is we are not yet very sure about Haaland starting. I think Haaland is going to train this week, and he was supposed to train this week. So after the press conference, there was a training session. That's all I know. And in that training session, they'll be able to confirm whether Haaland will play or not. I somehow, for some reason, believe that he will play. And I, for some reason, believe that he is definitely going to start. Even if he doesn't start, he'll probably come from the bench, but he'll be
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, that's enough.
Over to you. Thanks, Pranay. Over to you.
So obviously Haaland or KDB এভাবে আমার মনে হয় যে বেস্ট হবে হচ্ছে গিয়ে এনিওয়ান ফ্রম সিটি। সো সিটি যদি হচ্ছে গিয়ে ক্যাপ্টেন্সি আমরা চয়েস করি, দেন ফুলহামের সাথে ফুলহাম অলরেডি 4টা গোল কনসিড করেছে লাস্ট 4 ম্যাচে, 2টা ক্লিন শিট ছিল তার মধ্যে, তার মানে অবভিয়াসলি দুইটা গেমে তারা 4টা গোল হচ্ছে গিয়ে কনসিড করেছে। এক্সজিসি যদি ধরি 4.68 and then on target XGC 5.9, shot on target 21, and সিমিলার হচ্ছে গিয়ে লিভারপুলের যদি দেখি, কেইন খেলবে লিভারপুলের এগেইনস্টে, লিভারপুলের ডিফেন্স খুব একটা ভালো যাচ্ছে না, দেন 3টা গোল কনসিড করেছে লাস্ট 4 ম্যাচে, 2টা ক্লিন শিট ছিল। XGC অনেক হাই 6.45 and on target XGC ও হাই 8.1, and then shot on target কনসিড করেছে 22, and মিনিটস পার চান্সেস যদি দেখি তাহলে সিমিলার টু ফুলহ্যাম। সো দুইটা টিমেরই আসলে ডিফেন্সিভ স্ট্যাটস মোটামুটি সিমিলার, বাট লিভারপুল হচ্ছে গিয়ে আসলে র্যাঙ্ক 1-এ আছে ওর্স দেন ফুলহ্যাম। সো ওই দিক থেকে আসলে কেইনের পসিবিলিটি বেশি, বাট প্রবলেমটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে ম্যানচেস্টার সিটি যে কোনো সময় আসলে 4-5 গোল দিতে পারে, এন্ড ফুলহ্যামের মতো টিম যখন থাকবে তখন সেটার চান্সেস আরো অনেক বেশি হাই থাকে। সো কেইনকে যদিও স্ট্যাট দেখে মনে হচ্ছে যে কেইন অনেক বেশি ফেভারেবল ক্যাপ্টেন্সির জন্য, বাট ইউ নেভার নো। যদি হালান্ড খেলে তাহলে হয়তো 30 মিনিটস আর 40 মিনিটসে অনেক এনাফ হবে গোল দেওয়ার জন্য। আসলে ইভেন ব্রেস দেওয়ার জন্য আসলে অনেক টাইম এটা। তো এখানে একটু হয়তো ট্রিকি হতে হবে, বাট ফার্স্ট ম্যাচটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে মনে হয় নেক্সট গেম উইকের ফার্স্ট ম্যাচ হচ্ছে গিয়ে সিটির। সো আর্লি যদি টিম পাওয়া যায় তাহলে ওই সময় পর্যন্ত ওয়েট করা যেতে পারে, বাট যেটা দেখা যায় যে অবভিয়াসলি একদম শেষ টাইমের দিকে হচ্ছে গিয়ে এফপিএল ক্র্যাশ করে। সো একদম লাস্ট টাইম পর্যন্ত না ওয়েট করে অ্যাটলিস্ট কিছুটা টাইম হাতে রেখে হচ্ছে গিয়ে ক্যাপ্টেন্সি পিক করাটা বেটার চয়েস হবে। স্যার আই উইল স্টিল গো উইথ সিটি। From City assets, someone will be captaining. That's the better choice. Over to you, Nadeep.
Thanks. Over to you, Saif, for this one. And Pranay, if you can just take it over after Saif finishes, we'll go straight to the questions. If you can just take
Sure.
over the hosting for 2 minutes, I'll be back. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Over to you, Saif.
Yeah, I think as we can see from the stats, if you get news that Haaland is starting, if he starts, it becomes non-discussion. Then we don't need to discuss about the stats because Haaland is at the top of all the stats except for the XA because he does not create chances, he finishes chances. So if we get news that Haaland starts, as Pranay mentioned, we have the early fixture in this game week, so we can get some early team news. So you can stay, you can just hold up the decision till then, but don't wait till the final minutes because last week the FPL side crashed, so it might happen again because 4 or 5 fixtures are starting at the same time. So lots of players will be holding their transfers and final decisions. So the load on the server will be very high. So at least take your decision at least before 5 to 10 minutes. So that's it. And for me, if Haaland doesn't start, then it becomes interesting because De Bruyne and Kane both have shown good form. So, and also Liverpool has been pretty leaky, even though the fixture said it's a tough fixture. Fixture that FDR suggests it's a tough fixture, but it's not. Defensive wise, Liverpool have been considering chances for fun. So Kane, I think, will score in this game. And as I said against Leeds, so they considered 2 against Leeds, so I think it might again be a 2-2 or 2-3 kind of fixture. Liverpool against Spurs, so Kane might get a couple of goals, so he can be a very good option. But as Pranay said, I also agree. Fulham against Man City, I think we should not look further away from this fixture. even if Haaland doesn't start, if you have De Bruyne or if you can bring in De Bruyne, I think except Haaland, he is the standout option this game week. Then Kane, and also if you have Salah, I would not shy away from captaining Salah because Tottenham has also not been really defensively good for the last few game weeks. So Conte's defensive structure, I think, has now become bit more vulnerable. So I think, as I said, I think it's a 2-2 or 2-3 kind of like fixture. So Salah, I think, will get chances and Salah might score. So even if you have Haaland, keep the captaincy on him. And then if we get definitive news that Haaland will not starting, then shift it away from, if you have De Bruyne, then shift it away to De Bruyne. If you have Kane or Salah, then shift it away to Kane or Salah.
Thank you, Sai. So, do you think anyone else to be a captain for next game week? Who is the best one apart from Haaland, De Bruyne, and Kane?
Fixture suggests Leeds have the best fixture attacking wise, but I would not suggest anyone from Leeds to captain. I think owning one of the players is differential enough because they are not highly popular. So captaining one of them would be a very high risk for me.
Okay.
And then Leicester have good fixture, and the Nottingham Forest plays. I think they are playing Brentford. So Brentford's main attacking player Tony is suspended in this game, so it's a frustrating one. But I don't think any other options stand out. So Man City have the obvious best fixture on paper, and then I think it's between Kane or Salah.
Okay, Kane and Salah. So, nothing about Wilson?
No, Wilson, as we said, Wilson is playing. What they're playing? Let me check.
Wilson is playing against Southampton.
Yeah. Southampton has been pretty poor of late, but I would not suggest captaining Wilson because there's the tiny little doubt that he might be on the bench because even though Howe said he's fit now, but he has been ill. So I think with illnesses they might not take a chance because Isaac is injured, so he might be on the bench. So let's not. I would not risk captaining Wilson.
Okay. So
Thanks,
best
Pranay.
option is from. Okay, please go on, Nadim.
Thanks, and I'm back, of course. Sorry for that. Yeah, all right. Let's do one thing. My internet is still crappy, so I'm just going to keep it a little bit longer. It's just fluctuating, so I'm going to keep my screen up a little bit longer. Let's go straight to the questions now. And first one is coming from the community, and it says, "How are you guys? Thank you so much, brother, whoever you are. We're doing good. We're doing good. It's good, and we were just a bit late because we had personal issues, but nothing serious of that. But it was time consuming, and we were not able to focus on FPL for a while. So that's why we are late, but we are all good. We're all good. Yeah. And then Shainur Ahmed Islam is saying hello. Hello, brother. Walaikum assalam. Of course, because you said assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much. And then Hamim Nur 9 says, long time back. Yes, we had been away for a while. I know. I think the last one we did it was with Sankalp, and then it is a bit long. But anyway, next week we are going to do again another show, which will be on time, of course, hopefully on Tuesday, and we will probably have an international guest. So yeah, we are not going away for a while. We'll মানে যাইতে চাইলেও আর কি বের করে দিলেও আর কি যাব না আর কি ব্যাপারটা এরকম আর কি ঠিক আছে we'll just keep coming back. Yeah, brother, thanks so much for all the support, Hamim Nunaim. Okay, so the first real question comes in now from Albi Rahman. Thanks for watching on YouTube, of course, brother. Appreciate this very much. Whom should I start between Perisic and Andreas? I'll ask you, Saif. Over to you first.
Sorry. It's a tough choice this game week because both have difficult fixtures on paper. So I would go on the player quality. So I think Perisic is a better quality player than Andreas, and I think he would not be rested anymore because they are done with their European duty. So I would pick Perisic over Andreas.
Okay, all right. By the way, thank you so much to everyone who have sent their comments and questions before 11:15. We will take only questions till 11:15. Of course, those questions that will come in, and of course, yeah, if time permits and if you are still have the energy and stuff, we might just answer quick fire answers towards the end. I can see Saif already yawning, so that's a sign of energy going down. It's
Give
weekend
him a
for
break.
us. Yeah. All right. Shainur Islam is asking any update about Foden, Wilson, and Haaland. Pranay, over to you.
Okay, so Fodener update, সবার আপডেটই আছে আসলে। উইলসন ইজ ওকে and he will be playing. হল্যান্ড উই আর নট শিওর। প্রেস কনফারেন্সের থ্রুতে হচ্ছে গিয়ে হল্যান্ড অলরেডি একটা ট্রেনিং সেশন করেছে, কালকে আবার অ্যাসেসমেন্ট হবে। সো লাস্ট টাইম পর্যন্ত আসলে একটু ওয়েট করতে হবে হল্যান্ড আসলে স্টার্টিং লাইনআপে থাকবে নাকি হচ্ছে গিয়ে টিমে থাকবে সেটা জানার জন্য। বাট ফোডেনের বিষয়টা ট্রিকি। ফোডেন তো ফিট, বাট ফোডেন আসলে টিমে কতটুকু টাইম পাবে, টিম লাইনআপে থাকবে কিনা, স্টার্টিং করবে কিনা, এই বিষয়ে এখন পর্যন্ত আমাদের কাছে কোনো আপডেট নাই আসলে, কেননা পেপ রুলেটের কাছে আমরা অসহায়। That's it.
So here is somebody who's he goes by the name Bullet, and he has a Twitter account, pretty popular on Twitter, and he said that as per this recent thing, his assumption is this is all because of the World Cup. That's one. Second thing is that he has noticed that Foden's timing, although Foden has been regularly playing last season and this season, so his number of minutes is very high. But even if it is not very high, you do expect Foden to get benched twice continuously, just to give him that enough fatigue limit and enough rest so that he's able to play the rest of the fixtures. So I'm not sure if he'll be benched. I honestly feel personally, this is my personal understanding and personal idea, and my personal gut feeling is that he's going to start and he's going to probably play. But I know a lot of managers have already lost patience. About 250,000, more than 250,000 managers have already sold him. So yeah, that's that. All right. Okay. Tajdid Hassan is saying, and this question comes to you, Saif. It's a big question, so it's always you, of course. One, Tony to Solanke or Skamaka. Already have 3 Newcastle players. 2, whom to start? Castagna or IOB? Firmino or Zaha, Ramsdale or Ward? Okay. There you go.
Okay. Tony to Skamaka, because West Ham I think is a better team, and they also have been showing good attacking form. They were really unlucky not to score against United, so I would prefer Skamaka here. And then Castagna, IOB, Firmino or Zaha. Why not Firmino and Zaha, and then bench Castagna and IOB? But if you want to just pick one between the pairs you have suggested, then Castagna and then Zaha. And for Ramsdale and Ward, I would play Ward here because Everton's attacking has been really toothless, and Ramsdale is a London derby in Chelsea, so Chelsea might score. So Ward and Leicester has been showing some good defensive form of late, so Ward is what I would play Ward here.
Right. Okay. Then Shainur Islam is asking, Pranay, whom to start, Guehi or Dunk?
I'll go for Dunk.
Yeah.
I'll go for Dunk because they are playing Wolves. This is the reason I would believe that Brighton will be having a good defensive show and could go for a clean sheet.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that. Yeah. Thanks. Sharaf Zuhair is back, Saif, and the question falls to you. So congratulations on my timing. I'm really good at it. I'm becoming an expert on it, to be honest. But anyway, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, brother. One, Zaha to who? 2, Salah as captain choice. Saif.
I don't think transferring out Zaha should be a priority, Sharaf, so because Zaha has some good fixtures coming up. So, and also we can't really predict when he will bang. So this might be the game he bangs. But if you are dead set on transferring out Zaha, Rashford can be a good option. He got his goal and he has a couple of good fixtures, so it can be a good game punt. And as I mentioned already, Salah can be a good option as captain if you don't have Kane or if you don't have KDB. So Haaland and KDB are the two best pick for me as captaincy. Then Salah or Kane. So Salah can be a good option if Haaland is definitely out. We get news that Haaland is out.
Okay. I'm just trying to readjust my camera a bit because my table is kind of shaking in a manner that my laptop will let fall any moment. Yeah. All right. Am I tilted, by the way? It looks like I'm tilted.
A
Am
bit.
I? A bit. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the next question. In the meantime, I can fix it. Tamid Hassan Nafiz Bhai is asking, suggest best 2 week punts in all positions. Pranay.
In all positions.
Yeah,
Okay.
in all positions.
So I'd go for teams rather than going for the names. Actually, that will help, I guess.
I think go
So
for names rather than teams because he's asking for players.
okay, you can go for Rashford in the middle for the midfielding, and then Creswell for defense, and then Solanke for the forward.
Okay, that's 1-1 each. Okay, I'll go to the next one for to Saif. Saif, can you suggest the next 3? One from midfield, one from forward, one for defenders.
Estopinan from defense and Rashford midfield, and let's say Darwin for forward punt.
Brave choice, brave.
Thanks. I would suggest from the defense point of view, I would suggest Luke Shaw. That's one. From the midfield point of view, I would. Let me just think about the midfield one because I'm really not sure what the midfield option. From the forward option, I would go for either Wilson or Skamaka. That's one. I don't think so Wilson is a differential anymore. So Skamaka would be a good option, to be honest. And from midfield, if you're really taking a punt and this is a serious punt, take it or leave it kind of a situation, Alejandro Garnacho. Yeah, that's me. Right, okay. Then Hamim Nunain is saying Wilson and Haaland update. Saif.
Yeah, I think we already discussed this from previous question. Wilson has been declared okay by Eddie Howe. He said he is hopeful that he will be okay. And Haaland, Pep has given as clear a answer we can expect from Pep. He has said that Haaland is better. He is now back in team training. And from his answer, I think he said something along the lines that he will play some minutes. So he's not sure it's 90 minutes or less. So I think he would be in the bench at the very worst.
Yeah. Right. Okay, I think that's the update also for Haaland as well. And I think that's the thing. We don't know yet. There is a training session, and I'll just repeat what has been already been said. So, Asaduzzama Shorabai, if you're listening, you already got the answer. But in case you haven't and you want your answer specifically answered, then here it is. We don't know whether he's going to start or not. His injury update has not been cleared. They're going to have another training session and then they will decide. Most likely he'll be on the bench and might come into play after 45 minutes. Might. Or he might just sit in the bench the entire game and might appear next game week. But we don't know. It's Pep roulette. Yep. All right. Pranay, over to you. Foden to Trossard for -4. Question from Hamidun Naim.
Okay. So obviously আমরা ফোডেনকে নিয়ে অনেক কিছু বলতেছি আর কি। ফোডেন যদি না খেলে ফোডেনকে কেন খেলানো হচ্ছে না, ফোডেন সামনের বার খেলবে কি খেলবে না। সো নাদিম অলরেডি বলেছে যে ফোডেন হয়তো ব্যাক টু ব্যাক 2 গেম উইকে হচ্ছে গিয়ে বেঞ্চ হবে না, মিনিটস পাবে। সো ওইটা যদি বলি তাহলে -4 নেওয়াটা খুব একটা ভালো অপশন হবে না। কারণ হচ্ছে কি আমরা অলরেডি ডিসকাস করছি যে ব্রাইটন খেলবে উলসের সাথে, and then উলসের আসলে গোল স্কোরিং যে রেকর্ড আছে, সরি গোল কনসিডিং এর রেকর্ড আছে অনেক বেশি গোল কনসিড করছে না, যদিও লাস্ট ম্যাচে লেস্টারের সাথে 4 গোল কনসিড করেছে। সেই হিসাব করলে আবার ট্রসারের অপশনটা বেটার। আর আমরা অলরেডি যদি জোনাল উইকনেসটা একটু দেখানো যায় তাহলে রেফার করতে সুবিধা হবে।
Yeah,
নাদিম,
yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up right here.
ওকে। সো একদম লাস্ট রো আগেরটা, সো সেকেন্ড লাস্ট রো, ট্রসার হচ্ছে গিয়ে রাইট ফ্ল্যাঙ্কে যদি খেলে দেন 9টা চান্সেস কনসিড করেছেন 15, সো সেই হিসাবে প্রমিজিং না। আর -4 দিয়ে নেওয়ার পরে আসলে যদি কোনো গোল স্কোর না করে তাহলে হয়তো সেই -4 নিয়ে খুব একটা ভালো মানে আউটপুট পাওয়া যাবে না। সো এই হিসাবে না করাটাই বেটার। ফুলহ্যামের সাথে যদি দেখেন যে ফোরেন অথবা গ্রিলিশ যে পজিশন থেকে খেলে রাইট ফ্ল্যাঙ্কে, ওখানে 16 চান্সেস কনসিড করেছে। তো 6 হচ্ছে গিয়ে ওদের ফুলহ্যামের র্যাঙ্ক, আর সিমিলারলি উলসের র্যাঙ্ক হচ্ছে 15। সো যদি জাস্ট জোনালকে হচ্ছে গিয়ে আমরা কনসিডার করি, যদি ফোরেন আর টোসার দুজনই খেলে তাহলে আসলে ফোরেনকে রাখাটা বেশি ফ্রুটফুল হবে। বাট এখানে মিনিটস এর বিষয় আছে এন্ড দেন চান্সেস এর বিষয় আছে। তো সেই হিসাব করলে আমার মনে হয় যে বেটার হবে -4 দিয়ে ট্রান্সফার আউট না করা।
Okay. Thanks, Pranay. I think that's a very clear, precise update. Okay. And then somebody from the community is asking Foden, Zaha, Tony, Mitrovic আছে টিমে একটা ফ্রি ট্রান্সফার কাকে সেল করা উচিত? সাইফ?
I think Tony should be sold. He's missing the fixture, and all three are still available. So I think Tony should be sold. And if you have the fund, go for Wilson or someone like Skamaka if you don't have the fund. But I would sell Tony from this four.
Okay. Thanks. And then next one, Pranay, somebody from the community is asking Rashford or Trossard, who's better?
গো ফর রাশফোর্ড, গো ফর রাশফোর্ড, গো ফর রাশফোর্ড। সো বেটার হচ্ছে গিয়ে রাশফোর্ডের দিকে যাওয়া। অলরেডি তো হচ্ছে গিয়ে ট্রসার্ডের স্ট্যাটস আমরা অলরেডি ডিসকাস করেছি। এখানে মনে হয় রাশফোর্ডেরটা নাই, প্লিজ।
আছে আছে।
ওকে, সরি, আস্টন ভিলার সাথে খেলবে। তো মিডলে যদি দেখি কনসিড করেছে 13 চান্সেস, 12 থাকবে হচ্ছে গিয়ে র্যাঙ্কে, এন্ড দেন হেড কনসিডার যদি দেখি তাহলে 13th, ওখানে র্যাঙ্ক হচ্ছে গিয়ে 6। আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে রাশফোর্ডে যাওয়াটা বেটার, কেননা অ্যাস্টন ভিলার ডিফেন্সিভ পারফরমেন্স খুব একটা ভালো না। আর ম্যানচেস্টার আসলে যেহেতু ফাইট ব্যাক করছে, সো আমার মনে হয় যে রাশফোর্ড ইজ গোইং টু হ্যাভ দ্য বেটার গেম উইক রাদার দ্যান ট্রসার্ড।
Okay, just for caution purpose, Aston Villa is very good at home. The defensive record is much better at home than their defensive performance is absolutely abysmal when it comes to away. Yeah, just that you know. Anyway, I would still go for Rashford, and I've already gone for Rashford. So I already got his goal last week. Yeah, I was just hoping he could score another one, and that would have made my game week valle, but anyway, it didn't happen. Okay. Then Hamim Nur 9 is asking, play Ward or Raya? Saif, over to you.
Ward plays Everton, Raya plays Nottingham Forest. I would still want to play Ward because Brentford has been pretty leaky of late. Raya is the one who has been keeping the shots, but I think they have been lucky in that case too. So Leicester has shown good defensive form, and Everton have not shown very good attacking form, even though DCL is back. And Ward has been getting a lot of save points too. So I prefer Ward slightly over Raya.
Okay. Just again for the records, because you hear Saif saying Ward has kept a clean sheet or Leicester has kept a clean sheet, you might just jump with enthusiasm thinking, okay, bhai, তাহলে তো এখন ওয়ার্ডকেই খেলাবে. That's not the case. Saif is saying on the basis of the fact that Leicester have kept 4 clean sheets out of 5 matches at home. Yeah. The last clean sheet that they lost at home was against Manchester City, where they considered only 1 goal. But beside that, there had been 4 clean sheets at home. Whereas again at the away, Leicester's form continues to be pretty poor. Yeah. So do look out if Ward is actually playing at home or away. If he's playing at home, feel free to play him. If he's playing away, yeah, I would suggest caution. Yeah. All right, Pranay, bringing the zonal again. DCL or Skamaka or Solanke or Nunez? Over to you, Pranay.
Okay, so only
First,
one from four or two from four?
yeah, I think he means all four, and I think this is the
Who is
options
the
that
best
he.
one?
Yeah.
ওকে, সো আমার মনে হয় যে এই চারটা প্লেয়ারের মধ্যে স্কামাকা এন্ড দেন হচ্ছে গিয়ে নুনেজ এন্ড দেন সোলাঙ্কি র্যাঙ্ক যদি করি এইভাবে, নুনেজকে হচ্ছে গিয়ে প্রায়োরিটাইজ করতেছি না, কেননা হচ্ছে গিয়ে টটেনহামের সাথে খেলা এন্ড দেন অ্যাওয়ে ম্যাচ। সো এই কারণে অবভিয়াস রিজন হচ্ছে গিয়ে নুনেজকে আপাতত হচ্ছে গিয়ে থার্ডে রাখতেছি। স্কামাকার হচ্ছে গিয়ে বেটার চান্সেস আমার মনে হয়, যেহেতু ওয়েস্ট হ্যামের আসলে ফর্ম ভালো যাচ্ছে and then বেটার প্রসপেক্ট আছে হচ্ছে গিয়ে ওর, এই কারণে and then ক্রিস্টাল প্যালেসের সাথে খেলবে, এই কয়েকটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে কারণে হচ্ছে গিয়ে ওকে আগায় রাখতেছি। and then দেন হচ্ছে গিয়ে সোলাঙ্কির কথা বলতেছি, সোলাঙ্কি বর্নমাউথ খেলবে হচ্ছে গিয়ে লিডস এর সাথে। তো লিডসের ডিফেন্সিভ দিক থেকে আসলে মেলিয়া খুবই ভালো খেলতেছে, বাট তারপরে হচ্ছে কি আমার মনে হয় যে সোলাঙ্কি অ্যাটলিস্ট বেটার পারফর্ম করবে যদি হচ্ছে গিয়ে কনসিডার করি ডিসিএল এর সাথে। এভারটন ডিফেন্সিভলি বেটার পারফর্ম করতেছে, বাট অ্যাটাকিং পয়েন্ট অফ ভিউ থেকে আসলে এখনো বেটার পারফরমেন্স ওরকম দেখা যাচ্ছে না। সো ওইটার বেসিসে আমি স্কামাকাকে এক নম্বরে রাখতেছি, দেন হচ্ছে গিয়ে সোলাঙ্কি, দেন নুনেজ, দেন ডিসিএল।
Okay,
আর
just to
গোপাল,
be clear, because okay, thanks for your ranking. Just to be clear from our audience point of view, because we have the zonal here, so I'll just go up with that one, and you can see with Skamaka, Crystal Palace have actually considered 16 chances down the center and are ranked as the fifth worst team where Skamaka will be playing. That's one. Then if you look at Solanki, which is like bottom last, second last, where Leeds have considered about 15 chances from the center and are ranked seventh worst team from the center. And then if you look at what do you call it, the next fixture, you will see that Darwin Nunes, Tottenham have actually considered 15 chances from the center where Darwin Nunes will be playing, and Tottenham is ranked as the sixth worst team. And then it is, I think, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I really don't see him here. I can't seem to find him. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is actually here. So Leicester have considered 13 chances and are ranked 10th worst team when it plays to center. So there it is. So you can have a look at this and you can choose as to who it would be. I would personally, if you are asking my opinion, I would go with Skamaka here. Yeah, I would go with Skamaka rather than going with anybody else. Yeah. Okay. The next one, please, guys, use the reference of zonal likeness when you are discussing and comparing players or suggesting players. Yeah. Okay. Fine Islam is asking Anderson, Justin, and Shah bench one, Jesus and Martinelli and Foden bench one. Saif.
Bench Anderson, Justin, and Shah are playing for good defensive sides. And
Star will not play, I guess. I don't know.
it's a tough one. Jesus Martinelli, Foden. If you have to bench one, uh, I would bench Foden for now because of the uncertainty about his minutes. But if you get the news that he is starting, then it becomes a bit more tougher. So in that case, let's see what Zonal says in that case.
Okay, here is the zonal. And I will bring the Arsenal. Okay, here it is. Yeah.
So Chelsea
There it is.
considered 19 shots, 19 chances to their right flank where Martinelli will be operating. So they are the fourth worst side in that case. And then from Jesus' position, that's through the center, they have considered 14. So they are a bit better in that category. Let's see Fulham. Fulham has considered 16. So it might be better to bench Jesus if you get the news that Foden is starting and Martinelli, and then play Martinelli and Foden. Just going back to just relying on the zonal weakness here because it's really tough to decide which one to leave out. So let's lean on zonal in that case. and then play Martinelli and Foden. But if we don't get any definitive news about the City lineup, I would play Martinelli and Jesus both.
Thanks, Saif. I think I would have done the same thing looking at this chart. I would have done the same thing. All right. Alvi Rahman is asking from YouTube, any defender suggestion for the next 2 game weeks? Pranay?
Okay, let me.
I can answer that if you want.
Okay, you can go on.
Yeah, brother, if you don't have, don't be scared when I say this name, but I think you should target Manchester United defenders, and I think you should go for Luke Shaw. I think he's looking like he's one of his best form of life. I think this is the form he showed in the Euros, and I think just before the World Cup, he's kind of fired up to making sure that he gets into the England team. So he's really playing well. He's going up as well. Pretty much quite advanced, and he's quite in a good shooting position as well. So if there's one defender that you want to really target for the next 2 game weeks with good fixtures, good attacking returns, clean sheet potential, and bonus points or assist points as well, Luke Shaw is the one that you're looking at. Yeah.
I've just got one question for you. So
Yeah,
I've got Dalot. So should I go for Shaw to double up from Manchester United defense?
I wouldn't do that.
Okay, I got my answer. Thank you.
I wouldn't double up. No, I would double up if Varane was there, but I wouldn't double up with Lindelof and Maguire beside Martinez. If Martinez and Varane was there, I would have really definitely double up. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Why not Dalot? Why Shaw or Dalot?
So this is the thing. This is a good question. Why Shaw and why not Dalot? I think I was trying to examine the heat map, and I feel while Dalot is playing good, and I'm not saying Dalot is a bad option, I just feel Dalot doesn't really have that finishing skill. I just don't feel that Dalot has that. Dalot is yet to perfect his game. That's my way of looking at it. Whereas Luke Shaw is either on hot form or he's never on form. Yeah, that's Luke Shaw. হয় অনেক গরম নালে একদমই নাই, ঠিক আছে, জমা রয়েছে, ব্যাপারটা এরকমই কিন্তু. And I think now is the time. And if you look at it, Luke Shaw, the way he's playing, he's looking like the England's Luke Shaw in the Euros, huh? And he's really in a good position. He's really running hard. He's working hard. He's defensively looking solid. He's moving up the wings. He's finding himself slightly outside the D box where he's any rebound and he's kind of pouncing on it, trying to shoot and all that. So I think a haul is coming very soon from Luke Shaw. So that's me. But you have seen Dalot. You don't expect a haul from Dalot. Yeah, you expect Dalot to keep a clean sheet, or maybe once in a blue moon he'll give a assist. But if you look at the way Luke Shaw is playing, you'll feel like, oh my God, যে কোনো মুহূর্তে এবার গোল দিতে পারে, বা যে কোনো মুহূর্তে একটা অঘটন ঘটতে পারবে. So that's me. That's me. How I read the both Manchester United game. He's just in too good form right now. So I think we should just pick that up. Yeah. Okay. Maruf Haq is asking Saif, sorry, Pranay, 2 FTs with 0.5 million in the bank. Which 2 should I replace among Tony, Mitro, Andreas? By whom? Pranay.
Okay, টনি তো হচ্ছে গিয়ে ফার্স্ট চয়েস আসলে রিপ্লেস করার জন্য, যেহেতু টনি হচ্ছে গিয়ে নেক্সট গেম উইকে খেলবে না। সো যদি উইলসন না থাকে তাহলে উইলসন, আর যদি উইলসন থাকে তাহলে হচ্ছে গিয়ে সোলাঙ্কে, আর যদি ফান্ডিং থাকে তাহলে ডারউইনে যাওয়া যেতে পারে। তো এই 3টা অপশন। যদি টনির সাথে বাজেট না থাকে দেন হচ্ছে গিয়ে উইলসন সরাসরি, আর উইলসন যদি থাকে দেন অবভিয়াসলি সোলাঙ্কে, আর যদি বাজেট আরো 2 মিলিয়নের মতো অ্যাড করা যায় তাহলে গো ফর নুনেস। আর
অপশন
আমার মনে লেটস দুইটা যেহেতু ফ্রি ট্রান্সফার আছে, অ্যান্ড্রেসকে হচ্ছে গিয়ে চেঞ্জ করাটা বেটার হবে ফর ট্রোসার্ড অর আলমিরন অর বোয়েন। যদি বোয়েন পর্যন্ত হচ্ছে গিয়ে এফোর্ড করা যায় তাহলে বোয়েন ফার্স্ট, আর যদি বোয়েন এফোর্ড না করা যায় দেন হচ্ছে গিয়ে ট্রোসার্ড এন্ড আলমিরন, এনিওয়ান ফ্রম দেম।
রাইট।
আর যেহেতু মানে 3টার ভিতরে 2টা, মিট্রোভিচ থাকলেও আসলে খুব একটা লাভ হচ্ছে না, বাট আমার মনে হয় যে এর থেকে বেটার হবে টনি আর অ্যান্ড্রেসকে আসলে চেঞ্জ করা।
Okay, Roger. Saif, over to you. From somebody from the community is asking Foden ki AV ke start hobe. A quick answer.
None of us know actually. So I have a theory that I think when Haaland is fit, if Haaland is fit, Foden will start because they have developed good chemistry. So their interplay gets chances for either of them. Haaland occupies the defender, Foden gets in, and Foden occupies the defender, Haaland gets in. So I think if Haaland starts, Foden will also start.
And if Haaland doesn't start, Foden doesn't start either.
Yeah. I think if Haaland doesn't start, Man City plays a bit different way. So they rely more on KDB. So I think in that case, I think Grealish and Mahrez might start.
So it's Tutu Meme. Is it like this? Tutu Meme?
Yeah, that's the theory I have. I think that's the theory I have. So
No, it's a good
let's
one.
see.
It's a good one. Somebody was also discussing a similar sort of theory about it. But yeah, these are all theories. We are not Pep. Huh?
None of us know what goes inside that bald head.
Yeah, we are not Pep anyway. So yeah. Somebody from the community is asking Pranay, if we don't get any early team Man City team news, then what to do with Haaland and Foden?
You should keep them. I think at least হালান্ডকে হচ্ছে কি রিপ্লেস করার চিন্তা আপাতত না করাটা বেটার, কারণ হালান্ড যেহেতু হচ্ছে কি অলরেডি একটা ট্রেনিং সেশন পেয়েছে এন্ড দেন কালকে আবার এসএস হবে, সো টিম নিউজ না পেলেও আসলে এখন যদি লাস্ট এক গেম উইকের জন্য ওকে ট্রান্সফার আউট করা হয় এন্ড দেন এর পরের গেম উইকে আবার আরেকটা টেনশন থাকবে যে হালান্ড তো এই ম্যাচে খেলবে। সো এক ম্যাচ আসলে যথেষ্ট থাকবে হালান্ডের জন্য, যদি না থাকে তাহলে ক্র্যাশ করে দেওয়ার। এন্ড দেন ফোডেনের ইস্যুটা হচ্ছে কি খুবই ডিফিকাল্ট। ফোডেন এখানে অনেকগুলি থিওরি আছে, নাদিম অলরেডি রেফার করেছে এক ধরনের, সাইফ আর এক ধরনের থিওরি রেফার করেছে। আমি হচ্ছে গিয়ে একটা পিক অবভিয়াসলি করব, হালান্ডকে রাখবো টিমে, আর ফোডেনকে রিপ্লেস করার সম্ভব হলে ফোডেনকে রিপ্লেস করা যায়। আমার মনে হয় যে র্যাশফোর্ড অলরেডি আমরা হচ্ছে ডিসকাস করেছি, র্যাশফোর্ডের প্রসপেক্ট খুবই ভালো, র্যাশফোর্ড দিয়ে হচ্ছে গিয়ে ফোডেনকে রিপ্লেস করার চান্সেস ভালো। এন্ড দেন আলমিরন আছে, ট্রসার্ড আছে, বোয়েন আছে, অনেকগুলি অপশন আছে, বাট হালান্ডের কোনো অপশন নাই। সো বেটার হচ্ছে কি হালান্ডকে রেখে ফোডেনকে নিয়ে চিন্তা করলে ইটস ওকে, বাট ডোন্ট ট্রান্সফার হালান্ড।
You see this celebration is becoming very famous nowadays. You know this celebration.
খুব ভালো চলতেছে এটা,
খুব ভালো চলতেছে. You know why I say this? Is when you have Haaland and Foden, just keep them in your team and focus somewhere else and do this. Everything will be fine. I'm telling you. Stop messing around with your team just because they are not sure whether they will start or not. These are players who are capable of doing enough damage to you. These are players whom you need to probably bring them back again next week. So stop worrying about these two players and just play them. If they don't play, somebody from your bench will come anyway. Try shifting other players that you need. Try focusing on Andres Pereira, for example, or Mitrovic, for example, or even Perisic if you have him in your team. Focus on those kind of players, not Haaland and Foden. Yeah, just keep them and just do this, just like Cristiano Ronaldo and Garnacho. There shall be peace in your mind, I'm telling you. Yeah. All right. Alvi Rahman is asking, Saif, should I transfer out Foden and transfer in Rashford and Trossard? Do you think?
I think it can be a good option if you are not taking a hit. I would not transfer out Foden for a hit. I would also hold off this transfer until the very last moment, because we might get early news. We got early team news last game week 2, so let's hold off on this transfer until the last moment. And if you don't get any news, and if you don't have any bench options who can play this game or who can come in for Foden, then I think it can be a good option, unless it's for a hit.
All right. Okay, then somebody from the community is asking, Foden to KDB and Haaland to DCL with a -4. Is it a good move?
No, it's a very bad move. It's a very bad move. Just don't transfer out Haaland. For DCL, it's obviously not. And even you are going for a -4. No. Don't do it, please.
All I can say is if they play and they score, you might decide to think about FPL next season.
You will just delete your account and then uninstall your apps. That's it.
The pain would be so much, the pain would be so bad that you might just decide to delete the game. Don't do it, brother. This would be a very, very wrong move. Of course, if you're courageous enough and you still want to be like, Are, it's just a game, then do it. Yeah, play your game. We don't mind. But if you're asking from a very sensible, competitive, FPL as a game, who takes it seriously, then this is a killer move. This is something that would kill you and destroy you. That would be my conclusion or ইসপের গল্প সমূহের moral of the story আর কি ঠিক আছে all right Fahad Mohammad is asking who to start Mitrovic or Castagna Saif.
I would start Castagna, and also I would like to mention one thing. We transferred out Trossard because Brighton are facing Man City, then he scored. I think the same might happen with Mitrovic because he is the ultimate troll. I think he might score against Man City. But still, going by logic, I think you should bench Mitrovic and play Castagna because Leicester has shown good form and Castagna has shown good form by himself. He has provided the assist and he is popping up in all the right positions. So even if they lose their clean sheet, he might get an attacking return.
Okay. Right. Okay. Nahid Al Shujan is saying this big question somehow has. Yeah, that's because I went to I left my hosting for a while and I lost my focus. Anyway, Nigel Shujan is asking goalkeeper is Ward, Pope, defender is Cancelo, Trippier, Ward, Johnny, Sufal, midfielder is Saka, Martinelli, Salah, Foden, Andres, forward is Haaland, Mitrovic, Tony, already Tony to Wilson করেছি এখন -4 হিট দিয়ে কাকে ট্রান্সফার আউট করে কাকে ইন করা যায়
Okay. These questions are meant to be for Ashfaq. Ashfaq likes to answer this question. So, okay. So already একটা ট্রান্সফার হয়ে গেছে টোনি থেকে উইলসন করা হয়ে গেছে সো উইলসন ইজ ডান মিট্রোভিচ এন্ড হালান্ড Foden is also there, Saka and Martinelli. আমার মনে হয় না যে -4 খাওয়ার কোনো দরকার আছে কেননা অলরেডি সাকা মার্টিনেলি সালা আন্দ্রেয়াস যদি হচ্ছে বেঞ্চে থাকে তারপরেও যদি ফোডেন অথবা হল্যান্ড না খেলে তাহলে সাপোর্টও আছে ডিফেন্সে ট্রিপিয়ার ক্যান্সেলো জনি সোফল সো আমার মনে হয় না যে -4 খাওয়ার দরকার আছে যদি তারপরেও আপনার মনে হয় যে আপনার টিমে যথেষ্ট প্লেয়ার নাই যারা হচ্ছে এই গেমকে সাপোর্ট দিতে পারবে দেন র‍্যাশফোর্ডকে অ্যাড করা যেতে পারে মিট্রোভিচকে বার করে হচ্ছে স্কামাকাকে অ্যাড করতে পারেন সো একটা ট্রান্সফার হতে পারে মিট্রোভিচ টু স্কামাকা -4 এর এছাড়া আমার মনে হয় না যে আর কোনো চেঞ্জেস দরকার আছে বাট -4 না নিলেই সবচেয়ে বেস্ট হয় কারণ আপনার টিমে যথেষ্ট অপশন আছে হচ্ছে গিয়ে 11টা প্লেয়ার খেলানোর মতো
I disagree here.
Okay.
I think your team has a lot of issues. I don't know who Ward is. I think from Crystal Palace. Okay.
Yeah.
So
no
Ward
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, Crystal Palace Ward. So Johnny has not been starting. Kofal has not been starting. Then you have Andreas and Mitrovic against Man City, and then Ward plays against an informed West Ham team, at least informed attacking wise. So I think you have some issues in the team. So I would play -4 if I was in your position. So if you did turn it to Wilson, you have Pope, Trippier, and Martin Wilson. So I would bring in someone from Man City, Man United or Arsenal. I would bring in someone from Man United for a defender. So I would transfer out at least one of Johnny, Kofal, or Ward for like Nadim Bhai said, Luke Shaw or Darrot can be a good option. So at least that way you can play with 3 defenders, Cancelo, Trippier, and Man United defense. That would be my move if I was in your position because I think defensively you are pretty short. Johnny and Koffer has not been starting, and Ward, I don't think they will keep a clean sheet against West Ham.
Yeah, I agree. I was about to comment that I really disagree with what Pranay has said. But yeah, thanks, Sai, for chipping in. And there's one more thing. I don't know about Saka's injury. What is the status of Saka? Is he fit?
I think
According to
he
playing.
played 30 minutes in the Europa, so he's fit.
Okay. So if he's fit, then I wouldn't suggest any transfer out in the midfield section. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then forward he's already made. And yeah, there's three defenders. What Johnny and Sofal. I think that's the issue. So just deal with one. Yeah. Whoever is giving you the price for Dallo or whoever is giving you the price for Luke Shaw, I think you should go there, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Just to be sure, we have just 10 questions left, and these are not very big questions. So let's just quickly take those 10 questions, but I would like you to answer those questions in one word. Don't go into a very elaborative mode of answering because these questions came in after the time zone. So just for the sake, because we've been waiting for so long to do the pod and people have been waiting to ask us questions. So for that consideration, I'll just bring up those couple of questions. Yeah. So let's do that. Okay. AK Nafiz Ali Hassan by saying well said side by about Bami. Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Nabil.
Bamford can score. Bamford can score. That's the comment, I think. Okay. All right. Okay. Then somebody from the community saying Trossard forward, big covenant there against a goal there, or easy team against a blind. That is also true. And that is why you should have patience with players like Trossard, because they are eventually very good. And you should trust the system rather than the fixtures when it comes to like this kind of players. If they have on form and they're playing good and they're playing tactically in a very important position, just keep them. Just keep them. Don't sell them. Yeah, that's the message I would like to give. Okay, Mohammad Azim is asking, what about Solanke for the next two game week as a differential? Saif?
I don't particularly like Solanke. I would prefer Skamaka here.
I agree. I would also prefer with Skamaka if I were you, brother. So try and see if your budget allows you to go for Skamaka. Okay, next one is for you, Pranay. Mizanur Rahman Bhai is asking, Wilson can be a differential captain option?
ক্যাপ্টেন সেকশনে যখন আমি আর সাইফ আসলে ডিসকাস করছিলাম, তো আমরা অনেকগুলি অপশন খোঁজার চেষ্টা করছিলাম। আমার মনে হয় না যে উইলসনকে ক্যাপ্টেন করলে খুব একটা বেটার পারফর্ম পাওয়া যাবে, কারণ লাস্ট গেম উইকে আসলে ভালো ছিল, বাট এই গেম উইকের জন্য আমার মনে হয় যে ম্যানচেস্টার সিটির অ্যাসেটই সবচেয়ে বেস্ট হবে। আর হাল্যান্ড যদি না খেলে দেন এভরিওয়ান ইজ এ ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ক্যাপ্টেন। তো ওই হিসাবে আমি মনে করি যে যদি না খেলে দেন উইলসন ইজ ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ক্যাপ্টেন, বেটার চয়েস। বাট যদি খেলে তাহলে তো ডিফারেন্ট ইস্যু। আর না খেললেও আমার মনে হয় ডি ব্রুইনে যাওয়াটা বেটার হবে rather than going for Wilson.
Wilson is itself a differential already, so I don't think so. You need to make it further ultra differential in order to gain anything else. Yeah, Wilson Jadawat diye this already, so I don't expect him to score another 2 goals and 2 assists every game. Yeah, okay. And then AK Nafish Ali Hassan Bhai is saying, is Zaha a sell if he has go for Rodrigo? Saif?
I mentioned previously, Zaha is not a sell. I think players like Zaha, you have to keep him for the long haul. So I think he might just bank this game week because he has been blanking for a while now. But if you want to sell, Rodrigo can be a good option for this game week because they are playing Bournemouth. Bournemouth has been pretty abysmal defensively. So Rodrigo can be a good option from Leeds.
Okay, thanks Pranay. Thanks Saif. And then Pranay, question to you. Qazi Mohammad Arman Bhai is asking, bench one, Mitro or Madison?
Mitrovic, obviously. Madison, you should keep him. আমরা জোনালে অলরেডি ডিসকাস করছি, so
that's true. Okay, somebody from the community is asking whom to start between TA, White and Guay. Saif?
I think all of them have fixtures where I think they might concede, so I would go for the most attacking one, so play TA.
Yeah, that's a bit of a Liverpool biasness coming right there. Just pulling a leg.
Who do you play?
আমার মনে হয় হোয়াইটকে খেলানো ঠিক হবে না, চেলসির সাথে খেলা আছে, so
I would play White. White is playing as right back, so I would play White. That would be my option. I think TA is going to be leaky anyway, and he's making the most of the errors in the Liverpool team. So I don't really trust him anymore. Yeah, and I don't see his attacking potential so much either. He's not really moving up and down so much. But anyway, and I think this is the same question that Prince Mahmoud Bhai is asking. So basically, from the community, actually, it was Prince Mahmoud Bhai who has asked this question. So thank you so much, brother. We've already answered. We think it's white. Saif thinks it's TA. So you can decide between TA and white. Yeah. Okay. And then Apurva Chaudhary is asking, will Haaland play next game week? Who will be a good captaincy pick, Kane or Haaland? Okay, I can give this answer. We're not sure about Haaland. There is no certain news or concrete news about him. All he said is that there will be another session, and after that, the decision will be made. Haaland is still a very good captaincy option because if he plays for even 45 minutes, he can do enough damage because of his ownership. Kane or Haaland, I would go with Haaland still and keep the vice captain on Kane. That would be my preference. Any guys disagree or anybody wants to say something about it?
No.
No. Okay. The next one, Ihab Reza is asking, Pranay, Foden কি start করবে?
সো এখন পর্যন্ত আমরা নট শিওর, বাট দাঁত গেমকে যেহেতু স্টার্ট করেনি, সো পসিবিলিটি আছে। আর অলরেডি সাইফ একটা হাইপোথিসিস দিচ্ছে, যদি হচ্ছে কি হালান্ড খেলে তাহলে ফোর্ডেন খেলবে, হালান্ড যদি না খেলে দেন পেপ হচ্ছে কি ডিফারেন্টলি টিম ডিজাইন করবে। তো ওই দিক থেকে না। আবার যদি নাদিমের থিওরি বলি, নাদিমের থিওরি হচ্ছে গিয়ে ব্যাক টু ব্যাক দুইটা গেম উইক হয়তো বেঞ্চ করাবে না। So there are still some uncertainties, so we can't be sure actually.
Yeah, it's all the World Cup. Huh? It's all about the World Cup and the performance and players keeping fit who have the potential to play the World Cup. Yeah, okay. And then
I
it's
don't
last.
think Pep cares a bit about the World Cup.
Yeah, that's also true. That's also true. But yeah, you never know if there's a personal request coming from Foden himself, because at least for Foden it's a big thing. Maybe not for Haaland. Yeah. Okay. And then Apurva Chaudhary is asking, will Foden start next game week? Whom should I start? Foden or Mitro? Saif, over to you.
Just as Konoi said, and we have been saying, we don't know will Foden start or not. But I would keep Foden in the starting 11 over Mitrovic. And even if Foden doesn't play, then Mitrovic will come in anyway.
Yeah, that's what I would do. So we would suggest those of you asking Foden questions, keep him and play him. Yeah, that would be our suggestions overall. Okay, and then Farhad, who happens to be always sending questions at the very last moment. So thanks for that, brother. Haaland and Foden keep ki korbo. Question is 11 এ রাখবো কিনা or cap দিব কিনা? Pranay.
ওকে, সো আমার মনে হয় যে হালান্ডকে 11-এ রাখা এন্ড ক্যাপ দেওয়াটা অবভিয়াস, এন্ড দেন ভাইস ক্যাপ্টেন একটা ভালো চয়েস করা। যদি একদমই না খেলে দেন হচ্ছে গিয়ে যাতে সাপোর্ট দেয়, বাট যদি খেলে কম মিনিটের জন্য তাহলে তো আসলে ওই রিস্কটা নিতেই হবে। বাট আমার মনে হয় যে টপ ক্যাপ্টেন্সি এখনো হালান্ডই থাকবে নেক্সট গেম উইকের জন্য। আর আমি জানি না যে আপনার অন্যান্য অপশন কে আছে। যদি মনে করেন যে ফোরেন 30 মিনিটস খেললে বা 2 পয়েন্টার দিলে এর থেকে কাউকে মানে আপনার বেঞ্চে যদি এমন কেউ থাকে যে আসলে ওই 2 পয়েন্টস থেকে বেশি দিতে পারবে আপনি মনে করতেছেন, দেন আপনি হচ্ছে কি ফোরেনকে বেঞ্চ করতে পারেন। বাট হালান্ডকে বেঞ্চ করাটা না করাটাই বেটার হবে। কারণ যদি খেলে তাহলে হয়তো বেঞ্চিং এর ডিসিশনটা খুবই মারাত্মক হবে।
Right. Thanks. And the last question, and no more questions after this. So those of you who are watching, please stop typing and don't send any more questions because we'll be not taking any more questions after this one. Somebody from the community is asking, Wilson ki khelbe ar khelle minus hit niye Wilson nawar ki thik hobe in place of Mitro? Saif.
I think Wilson will play because Howe has declared him fit. But there's that tiny bit of uncertainty for which I would not suggest taking a hit. Because if you take a hit and then he is benched, then he would regret the move. And also, as I mentioned, Trossard scored against Man City. Mitrovic might as well. So if you have Mitrovic, play him and just pray that Wilson does not start.
All right. That's all for today then. Thanks so much, guys. We have finished it in 1.5 hours, which is excellent. Another record to show to Ashfaq that we can actually finish the pod quickly if he starts to talk less. Yeah, that would be a good message. But I think this is for the record. If Parvez is watching, I would ask Parvez to actually keep track of all the pods that Ashfaq has not done, and just calculate the number of times we have finished the pod in. So that would be that. Yeah. But yeah,
I think
thank
we
you
have
so
not
much,
crossed
guys.
2 hour mark once.
Yeah, I don't think so. We have. I don't think so. We have. I think with Sankalp only we did it, but that was because Sankalp was here and we wanted to answer all the questions. But beside that, I don't think so. I remember any pod that we crossed 2 hours mark. So yeah, kudos to us. Thanks, and it's now beyond any reasonable doubt that Ashfaq is the reason as to why we have long pods. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. Thanks, Saif. Thanks, Punay. Can you show your face for the last time? There you go. Right. Thanks.
For the very last time.
Yeah, for the
Thank you,
very last time.
Naveen.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you, everyone, and have a good weekend. Don't forget to save your team well in advance because the team FPL crashes. And until then, it's all the very best from Gono Football Fantasy. Take care. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.